Good morning. You're tuned to Tennessee Mornings on Fox 17 and News Radio 1510 WLAC. We have news, weather, traffic, plus entertainment and more.
You are watching Tennessee Mornings, and you're about to see one of our favorite guests who's become very popular on this show. We're talking about Dr. Deb, and we're about to face facts. Now, for the last 5 consecutive years, Botox Cosmetic has been labeled and is the #1 cosmetic treatment that people choose. We're talking millions of people are using it.
That's right. Dr. Deb Sherman, Chief Cosmetic Surgeon at the Sherman Aesthetic Center, is here to explain all of the different places on your face that could be enhanced with that wonderful little purified protein called Botox Cosmetic.
Purified protein.
And we did figure that out last week. We were talking about that. That was the #1 myth. People think it's a poison. Not true.
That wonderful little purified protein called Botox Cosmetic. Can you say purified protein 3 times?
No, that's why
not.
we're letting you do it.
But let me tell you, when I take that purified protein and I put it in a little syringe with the master injector technique, it can produce dramatic effects with a subtle onset. And so what it's approved to do is to relax overactive muscles that cause the 11 between the brows. Let's look at one of our pictures that show you how it changes.
The infamous 11.
That 11 that makes you look mean, angry, and tired is caused by overactive muscles.
You mentioned master injector. Exactly what does that mean?
It means that you have the technique, the experience, the knowledge, and the judgment about how much to put and where to put it. The end result, it's all about the outcome, Charlie.
Right. And she still has the movement of her brows. Her face is not frozen. Definitely see the expression in her eyes still, but she doesn't have that 11 in the front.
And you can keep the wisdom, keep the expression, and lose the line.
Dr. Deb, when using Botox, do you use, how do I want to say this, a certain strength, a certain potency, or is it the amount you put in?
It's both, and actually in different areas of the face we use different dilutions because we know that we want it to run like watercolors in the rain in certain areas, and then we want just a precise point treatment in others. So it really is a challenge. It's artistic. You have to know how much paint to use.
Okay, so we talked about here. What are some of the other areas that you can use Botox?
Well, many men and women in my practice love for it to be used around the eyes and the crow's feet area. You know, when we have overactive muscles in this area, when they squeeze and crunch, those squeezer muscles, they can create lines that make you look weathered and tired. So let's look at a patient that has had crow's feet, and you can see in the after, not only does his skin look smoother, but what my patients love is this Botox brow lift. See, when it's not squeezing, then it's relaxed, the skin looks smoother, but the eyes become more open. So I have a significant number of men and women that come every 4 months for that Botox brow lift. They don't have time for a surgical lift.
Now, let me, first of all, I think we've used this photo before. I want to point out that this is not the way he looks normally. He is expressing himself. To give you an idea of what happens when he does smile or lift his brow on the left.
You see weathered horizontal lines, but then he can still lift his brow on the right, and with the slightest amount you can smooth it out but still give him facial expression. So yet another area.
That's a big difference.
Huge difference. Look at that. So you can do the crow's feet area, forehead area, the 11. Where else can you use it?
Well, the lower face, you know, we have many patients that come in and say, can you turn my frown upside down?
Well, that's exactly what you've done there.
And the question is, does it take Botox alone or does it take fillers? Actually, it takes both. Botox relaxes the muscles that pull the corners of the mouth down, and facial fillers such as Juvederm Ultra or Ultra Plus can relax, I mean, not relax, that's the Botox job.
Sure.
Botox relaxes, Juvederm plumps.
Okay.
So using Ultra and Ultra Plus around the corners of the mouth, you can fill in the volume, and you can also soften the parentheses, those lines around the mouth and nose that make us look old.
Now, Dr. Deb, I know that we've seen the crow's feet around the eyes. If you correct one thing, it's best to go ahead and do some subtle correcting elsewhere to make everything look as one, right?
Certainly at that ever so important facial analysis, we can tell you. Actually, some people need both areas because you don't want to be out of balance like you're talking about.
And I have another important question here. I know this is the time of year that when a lot of reunions are taking place, and you know as well as I do, if you want to go back, you want to look tanned and you want to look young.
That's right.
Now, she can help you out with the young business here. So if you are, let's say if you have a reunion in September, October, November, somewhere along in there, how far in advance do you want to stop by, get the facial analysis, and then have something done to make you look your best?
Ideally 2 to 4 weeks, because we have a significant number of men and women that get a facial filler or Botox, such as Juvederm and Botox, that liquid lift, get ready for that college or high school reunion. And also we have a significant number of patients that say, this is my maintenance present to myself. Every 4 months they're going to say, my face is the only outfit I wear every day, so it's a present to themselves.
Why not?
And a significant number of patients have found that to be satisfying because they don't have time for surgery.
Absolutely. Okay, a present to our viewers for the next 5 hours. If you call and sign up for a filler treatment to be received in the next 30 days, you can receive a lower face Botox cosmetic treatment absolutely free. That's a $300 value. So call in the next 5 hours. The number is 297-5798. Sign up for that facial filler treatment. The Sherman Aesthetic Center, of course, is on Harding Road, Suite 106. You can stop by and say hello.
Right next to St. Thomas Hospital. Doctor, good to see you.
My pleasure.
Keep that smile on your face.
That's it.
I don't see any wrinkles
Yes, she looks great.
All right, more Tennessee Mornings on the way after this.